Alright, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Tyranny of Dragons here on your lovely Monday to start your week. Couple just basic announcements here. Number one, first and foremost, we must mention our Wednesday game, amongst the Giants, I'm sorry. 7:30 Eastern Time on Wednesday. It is our alternating game between that and Civil War Empire on Wednesdays. Gives us something to kind of fill time with and everything else. Give you guys something new to watch as well. Should be a lot of fun. Then we have our Alliance game on Saturday, Ascension on Sunday, back here for Tyranny on Monday. And then the following Wednesday is going to be Empire. And like I said, Empire and Giants will alternate back and forth. So that way you can kind of prepare for that and come and show your face and say hi and everything else with us. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I do have, if anybody is interested, at some point throughout the stream, I'll probably be throwing them out. The people at Dungeons and Dragons while I was at PAX East gave me these wonderful little codes for Tomb of Annihilation. I'll probably try to hand some of them out at some point tonight. So if you see a little pop-up on your screen saying you can enter to win some of the codes, go ahead and click on that. Feel free to do so, and I will be selecting or have the system select the winner for me, and then I will send you guys a code. Otherwise, I'm going to take a second, make sure everybody's ready to go, and then we're going to jump right into our session. Even though we are a little behind, we'll try to get up and going as quickly as possible. So I'll be back in just a second.
Well, if that's the case, we will go ahead and get down to it. All right, so recapping last session somewhat quickly. Last session, you awoke in the morning after returning to the Lair of Pleasant Souls to Carlon Amethel knocking on your door. He spoke of a meeting at the Yawning Portal with his boss. You ventured into the city to this infamous tavern. As you entered, you saw that the rumored entrance into the Undermountain through a well in the tavern was in fact true. You even saw some adventurers making their way down into the well, with fond farewells from their fellow adventurers in the tavern. You found two beautiful women, Ramalia Haventree and Elia, waiting for you. Ramalia was a high-ranking individual in the Harper organization, and Elia was simply introduced as a friend of Ramalia's, though she seemed to be much more after a quick but very potent conversation with Maximilian. Ramalia explained that she knew that the cultists were traveling slightly further north to the ongoing construction site of the High Road. She asked that you follow them once again to see where their ultimate destination was. You ended the meeting slightly frustrated with having to travel once again, with little to no questions answered. So you decided to blow off some steam at the bar. The ale was rich, the entertainment of the other patrons was adequate, and you learned a bit about the Undermountain that lies deep beneath the Yawning Portal. After leaving the bar, with Stone Skull staying behind to consume what was left of the ale, you spent the afternoon doing some shopping. Some of you were able to get what you were looking for rather, while shopping. Others not so much. After making your way back to the Lair of Pleasant Souls, you observed someone that seemed to be hiring adventurers for protection for the laborers heading north. You were able to secure employment from a man named Andrew Berferner as guards, and left at first light the next day towards the dear dead men.
How is that pronounced again?
Just cough over the name.
It's very, very simple. His name is pronounced Ardid Berferner. So yeah, you secure passage with that dude as guards and left at first light the next day towards the Mere of Dead Men, where construction was currently moving forward, albeit slowly. After making it into the Mere of Dead Men, a place that was as decrepit as it was depressing to look at, let alone trudge through, you ran into a couple of ogres. They ultimately did not stand a chance, as you were all itching for a good fight and fully prepared to take them on. Shortly after, the caravan heading north was ambushed by many frog-like creatures that set upon you in force. A large battle broke out, with your group easily taking out the largest group of the creatures, with the rest of the guards of the caravan fending off a few more. You were praised for your prowess in battle, and then continued on. After a short bit of travel after your battles, you arrived at a large 2-story roadhouse that was being used as a storage point for the supplies being used to construct the high road. You weren't quick to make friends once you arrived here, though. You found the man in charge, well, half-orc in charge, named Bog Luck. You noticed that the scabbard for his sword that he wore proudly at his waist bore a familiar insignia that you had saw on several items of clothing and scabbards belonging to Frulam back in the aptly named Cave of Horrors. You immediately called him out on it, showing yourselves to be enemies of the cult that he seemed to be loyal to. Bog seemed somewhat taken aback initially by your confession, but left you alone with a dire warning. You decided, with night approaching, to secure a room that was designated for guards and rest for the night. And that is where we pick up our session today. So you have secured this room. Where's my map? Uh-oh. Please hold.
No, you're good. I want to just kind of mention everybody, during the night or in the morning, to, be prepared. Now that we've shown ourselves, we don't know when the next time we'll be able to truly rest without watching our back. So don't overexert yourselves.
So you've all just began settling down. Night has already come. It's, say, 9 or 10 o'clock at night at this point. So what do you want to do? You want to rest? You want to do anything during the night? What do you want to do?
I think we had agreed upon a rest with rotating watch.
Mm-hmm.
Had we decided who's going to take the first watch?
I actually remember it was Max saying he was going to take first watch.
Yeah.
All right. How are all the watches going to be separated out?
I am going to take my watch with Ignalia.
Right. Well, what are we going? Counterclockwise for Max then?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, it's fine.
Right. Slap Max on the shoulder and say, leave it to you. Pass out.
Going to... it's too much to know which way the door swings in or out. Regardless, I'm going to be sitting, still sitting. I'm not going to be standing, but just watching the door inside the room, the closed door.
Okay, just keeping an eye on it.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so as you're keeping watch, roll me a 1d20.
Oh, come on.
Okay, so you spend about 8 hours total is going to be through, so each of you will take about 2 hours or so with somebody not taking watch, probably Tara since she can't see. You took about a couple hours of your watch, keeping an eye on the door, listening for sounds and such, but the couple hours passed by without incident.
So what, the morning time? Or
No.
my watch is over?
No, we're separating out watches so you can all benefit from a long rest, potentially. Unless you want to just have one person stay up for 8 hours.
I mean, I don't technically need a long rest. I'm okay. Across the board, I'm good.
If you don't sleep, you'll get a level of exhaustion.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah, we
can
are.
just rotate watch like we planned.
Yep. So I'll tag stands tall. And then find myself a little corner.
All right. And with that, Max does his best to fall asleep, reflecting on the prior day and the incidents of it. And Stone Skull, you take over watch. Go ahead and roll me a d20.
Boom.
Nice. So as you're, kind of sitting back in the hay, watching the door, I imagine you're kind of looking down at your sword out of your scabbard.
Mhm.
And as you're sitting there, you hear a very light tapping on the door.
And kind of move over by the door. Do I see anything underneath the doorway? Is there enough clearing to kind of glance under and see what's on the other side?
As you're looking beneath it, you know that as you were all settling down to head to bed and such, some torches were lit on the main area, the main courtyard. You see the flickering light, but you also see what appears to be the shadows of, you assume, legs kind of moving back and forth in front of the door.
How many?
2 shadows, 2 legs, essentially. One person is what it appears to be on the other side. And once again, you hear the light tapping on the door.
Speaking soft enough to kind of not alert the rest of them, and kind of keeping my back to the door, kind of speak out and say, what do you want?
With that, you hear a very hushed whisper, speaking very quickly. Let me in, you fool. They're coming.
Who's... No, whatever. And I kind of kick over at Max to kind of wake him up and grab the handle and motion that I'm about to let somebody in.
I'll stand up, like basically a sword unsheathed and ready to attack whoever's coming through the door.
And kind of quickly, but quietly open the door and grab the person and pull them right into the room with us.
Alright, so as you open the door, you see what appears to be a half-elf that you yank into the door. He's wearing somewhat white attire, though you clearly see a scabbard at his hip, much like the one that Bogluck was wearing, with the dragon insignia upon it.
Okay. And quickly close the door behind him as we bring him in.
So you yank him into the room and quickly turn around and shut the door, trying not to bang it too loud. And you now have a half-elf in your grip.
You said the insignia is the same as Boggs?
Yes.
On his scabbard, right?
Yeah, on his scabbard.
Yeah, okay. Then my sword will be up at his chin and throat.
As you do so, he raises his hands up, pleading, and he's like, calm down, calm down. Would you really want to gore someone who's trying to help you?
Now would be as good a time as any to explain.
We don't have a lot of time. Listen, you pissed off the wrong guy. Bogluck is coming with his entire force. You can't take them. You need to leave. But you need to take me with you.
Why?
That he kind of shrugs and he has a little bit of a sheepish grin on his face. He says, well, I may be in the same situation as you here shortly once they find out that some of their belongings are gone. No consequence of you. We just all need to leave now. In exchange for me telling you about them coming, surely you'll just take me out of here, right?
I'll start alerting the rest of the group. How long do we have?
He kind of shakes his head. A few minutes, tops. We need to hurry.
And where are they coming from?
Can I get an insight check or is that something I asked for?
Yeah, if you want to check that. Stone Skull turn around and ask him. He says, all of his soldiers and him sleep up top on the second floor. I heard them talking about coming down to take care of the enemies. I only assumed after your display today, he looks over at Max, that he could only be talking about you. Max, as you're listening to him, he sounds not necessarily very frightened by a situation. However, he does seem truthful.
Okay. How many men does he have up there at his disposal?
He kind of thinks for a second. He says 15, 20 that are here at the base tonight. There may be more coming. I don't know.
And as this is going on, kind of start walking around and slowly waking everybody up, trying to get them up and ready. Let them know we gotta go.
Okay, you were all shook and awake by Stone Skull.
Yeah.
Gonna sit up and huff.
It's in morning already. I don't feel the sun.
No, not quite. It seems our friend we upset yesterday has decided to exact his revenge on us tonight.
Who's the half elf?
It's a long story.
As you say that, Steve, he turns towards you and says, kind of takes his hat off in a, mocking kind of bow. He says, "Larry and Kingblade at your service. Now, can we go now?"
As we get up, just motion to Steve, like, keep your eye on that one.
So yeah, I think we're gonna actually I'll turn to him and say, and how do you advise we get out of here quickly without being caught?
He kind of looks around and he's like, "Any of you good at picking locks?"
No, but I can smash them.
Yes, I can pick locks. To smash.
With that, he kind of grimaces at you talking about smashing. He says, "We don't need to draw any more attention to us." He looks over at Steve. Says, "You can pick locks? Good. I'll take you where you need to go, and it'll be up to you from there if we can get out of here quickly."
This
We
is
are
gonna be
about
the easy
trusting
way or the
new
hard way.
people.
Yeah, I mean, good. So yeah, I guess we're gonna follow him out. Have him lead the way.
If we can.
All right, as you say so, he nods and turns back to the door and opens it just enough for him to look out, and he looks around. He says, "The coast is clear. Let's go."
We are all awaiting him moving.
Mm-hmm.
He takes off into the courtyard area. He seems to be heading down straight in a line towards the room that you were gestured towards, being the area where stuff was
I'm
locked
not
up.
going.
Everybody give me perception checks.
Mm.
Everyone but Ignalia is able to clearly hear the movement of boots up above you. Not directly above you as it's open. However, you do hear the sound of boots moving around and shuffling. It sounds like a lot of them are moving, getting ever present down towards the stairs that you're passing by right now to your right, as well as the stairs to the southwest and northwest. And as Larion moves up to this door, he quickly opens it and holds it open for you and ushers you all inside. After I zoom back in, because I can't move stuff zoomed out, apparently.
I'm gonna step to the side to be the last one.
Hey, hurry up, Steve.
Steve.
Get in there.
Um,
I'm gonna close the door behind us.
Right as you close the door, you hear hushed whispers coming from the stairwell that you just passed by, as well as footsteps coming down it.
Is there a way to bar this door?
There's some wood over to your right that you could maybe move over. However, it seems like it might take a little time.
I just mean, like, does the door swing in towards us? We can just, like, take a knife and, like, just jam it in the doorway. Slow him down, for a while, if nothing else.
Yeah, you could try. It does swing out towards you and your current side.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to, again, like, take one of my daggers and just jam it in the door jam. Trying to wedge it shut.
Give me a sleight of hand check. Okay. So you stab it in there, hoping that it's deep enough to actually cause a catch for the door. And as you look back to your right, Larion has moved over and you see another door that he's standing next to. He's like, quick, whoever can open locks, open it now.
Sleight of hand?
You have thief's tools, right?
Yes.
Yeah, use those.
I don't think I have any of my tools in here.
Yeah, I
That
don't
should be
have,
something,
Is there what, dexterity? For thieves' tools?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They give you... basically, you do a sleight of hand, but you would get your proficiency bonus on it.
Oh.
Okay. So as you go down, you see this door's somewhat heavy. It's made of metal, unlike the wooden doors that you've gone through before. But as you get down, you're able to get in and start picking the lock. Takes you a little bit longer than you thought it would, but after a few moments, you're able to feel the tumblers falling into place, and then you're able to turn the lock picking set very depthly and turn the lock off, and it unlocks the door.
Hooray, Max did it. Or Steve did a thing.
Yay, I did
Dun,
it.
dun, dun, dun.
Door's unlocked.
Do I hear anything on the other side of the door?
Give me a perception check. Or an investigation check. Your choice.
Yeah.
You hear some shuffling around on the other side of this door.
I kind of motion to everybody, put my hand out, and reach back and grab the great sword and start to draw it out.
When Tara hears Stone Skull's Grey Skull sword being brought out, she'll get her Grey Hammer ready. Or her maul, rather.
And I kind of look to the guy that's been escorting us and point at him and then point at the door.
With that, you see him nod, and he moves forward and opens the door very quickly, so you're able to jump in if you want to. As you open this, or as this door's open and you glance into the room, you see what appear three creatures who have very serpentine-looking bodies with kind of orange-yellowish fins across their heads and leading down to the nape of their neck. Very lizard-like with their appearance. And as you move into the room, they're all holding boxes that have this insignia that you recognize from the scabbards of Larion and Bogluck painted onto the side of the boxes, and they're holding them and looking at you.
Do they look as though they even care that we're there, other than the fact that we're in the room with them?
As you open the door and kind of move into the room, they look at you and say, "We are moving the stuff, as you asked."
Friends of yours?
And with that, you see Larion kind of shrug, and he says, "I don't know who they are."
I'm gonna step into the room and look around and say, kind of look back at this guy, kind of grabbing onto him and pulling him in closer and say, "Where are we going? This is a dead end."
As you look into the room, actually, one thing I forgot to describe, this box over here, it seems to actually be attached to the floor beneath it, and it's folded upwards, and you see a hole down beneath it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would completely change things. Yeah, so I do not grab this guy and start to intimidate him. I quickly motion over there and as if to say, is this where we're going?
With that, he nods. He says, yes, these people, I guess, are the ones that have been taking the things out of here. I just heard that there was a trap door in here, and I guess that's it.
Going to kind of step forward and motion to everybody else to kind of usher him down through the trapdoor.
As you begin ushering people in, one of the creatures behind you kind of turns its head sideways. Who are you? Why are you bothering us while we're doing our job?
We're not bothering you. You keep doing your job and we'll leave you to do so and go unharmed in the process.
Yeah, I kind of motion behind it. Yes. Continue on about your business.
One of you make a persuasion check with advantage.
You do it.
Okay.
Hey.
With that, the creature at the bottom left, the one that was addressing Stone Skull, turns to you, Max, and seems to almost raise an eyebrow and turn its head quizzically. Says, "Very well."
Just kind of turn and usher everyone past me. Quick.
Alright, so yeah, I think all of us are going down the tunnel here.
All right. As you're all moving into the room, you hear a voice cry out from the courtyard back through the door that you had just entered through. Very deep and kind of resonating. Jesus, Soin.
Oh, sorry.
I can't hear myself talk. Deep voice resonating from the courtyard. Where are they? You said they were in this room.
And as this starts to echo through here, I quickly turn to these three with a bit of an intimidating voice and say, "You do not see us into this room. Do we have an understanding?"
Make an intimidation check.
Oh,
motherfucker. I was about to say, can I assist him by creating a small ball of flame in my hand in the background?
A little late, unfortunately.
Damn it, so close. So close.
Stone Skull, as you bear down on them, the creature kind of steps away from you for a moment and then looks at its fellow creatures, and then it lets out a loud kind of screeching voice. It says, "They're in here! Come get them!"
And immediately, which one was that?
One to your left.
Which one?
The one to your left.
Immediately going to strike down at him as the others are trying to hurry down the tunnel here.
Now, as he's striking, I want to shoulder check him down into the hole.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
I don't think I'm alright at it. Yeah. No. Really?
All right. Stone Skull, go ahead and roll your attack.
Oof.
All right. So
That's
as
how
you're
it's
swinging
gonna
down, bringing the greatsword down, Max flies across the room and checks his shoulder right into your armpit of your offhand. And as he does so, you lose your balance and begin falling down this hole, missing your
I'm going
attack.
down with him.
Okay.
I was really leaning into it.
Where is this hole located?
Right here.
Right there where that crate is, the furthest
Yeah.
left crate in the middle.
So, do these guys look like they're taking any kind of aggressive stance, or are they just calling for the others?
One is definitely calling from him. You see the other two have now dropped the crates that they had in their hands, stepping back away from you. You see them pulling out heavy clubs from their back, putting themselves in kind of a defensive stance. From behind you, hear pounding on the door, leading back into the courtyard.
Just no time. Stone Skull, get the hatchway.
Oh, I'm already there.
Oh, he's down
apparently.
there.
No.
Oh, right.
I had no choice.
We're down.
Max
Okay.
and Stone Skull are down. I'm going last.
No, I'm putting you first and going last.
No way.
I kick him down the hole.
You kick Steve down the hole? That's messed up.
I kick you
I'm
down the
going,
hole.
I'm going down willingly. I don't need to get kicked.
Steve's the level head of the group.
I don't understand why you insist on going last, but alright.
As Steve begins to climb down the hole, you hear splintering wood as it sounds like somebody bursts through the door to your west.
Yeah,
No
we're all in
time.
the hole.
Yeah, we're in the hole
Everybody
now.
go. Okay.
Yep.
So you all jump into this hole. The creatures, the lizard-looking creatures, not pursuing, just staying back. You see Larion following down as soon as everybody was down in the hole. You see him somersaulting down and kind of recovering almost gracefully at the bottom of the hole.
What do we see?
I will let you know in a second.
Oh, okay.
And kind of as I kind of recover from landing on the ground down here, quickly shove Max off and come to my feet, almost standing toe to toe with him, and kind of giving him that look as if he almost sentenced us to our death by allowing these guys to live and allowing them to tell the other guys where we went.
Well, kind of standing, brushing myself off a little bit. Well, there's only so many places we could have gone, and then now at least we know that they're behind us. Take at least less of the guarantee away if we're looking for a silver lining. I agree, it's not ideal, but better than trying to fight and kill what, I didn't see anything that made them an enemy to us.
They gave away our position to the enemy. How is that not them being an enemy to us?
Kind of grown. It's not so black and white.
We fell down a hole into a forest.
There's some rotting ogres nearby.
As you all fall down in this hole, you realize that you've fallen down below an empty kind of passageway. You make your way through a small kind of carved out tunnel and arrive back out into the Mere of Dead Men shortly, back behind the Carthon Roadhouse. As you move and regain your bearings, you hear yelling back behind, some kind of it almost sounds like those lizard creatures screaming in pain. As you hear screaming, it's hard to pick out the words of what's being said, but you definitely hear voices coming, not quite into the tunnel behind you, but definitely nearby. With that, Larion kind of catches his breath and moves up. He says, "All right, this is where we part, friends. They're going to chase you, not me, so good luck." He points off to the northeast. He says, "Follow those marks that you see on the trees. They'll lead you to where you want to go."
As soon as he gets ready to start turning away, I'm going to grab onto him and say, "I don't think so, friend. You're going to tell us why you aided us in getting out of this place."
Say, better yet, we can have time for discussion, but I do believe you're going to come with us.
All right. As Stone Skull reaches out, make a grapple check.
Just strength.
Your athletics.
Athletics? Okay.
As you reach out to grab Larion, you get just the edge of his white tunic, and he slips away from you, moving away. He says, "Sorry, friends, I'm leaving," and he takes off running.
Do you want me to stop him, Stone Skull?
Just, turns, well, let's just not go that way, but let's move quickly.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't like having them this hot on our trails. We need to put distance between us and them.
Alright.
And where are we going?
I kind of turn back and smile and just, I guess we're going to follow the marks on the trees.
What marks on the trees?
I start pointing these. There's marks on the trees.
I'll just trust you.
As you're looking at these closer, it looks like either a torch or something along those lines was pressed against some of these trees leading off to the northeast, making some very noticeable blaze marks. And as you look down below them, you actually see what appears to be a somewhat beaten path leading off in the same direction as all the marks, though it's kind of hard to follow inside this muck and marsh that is the Mirror of Dead Men.
We're gonna follow it. What's our marching
Yeah,
order?
absolutely.
Is there little like bits of dried twigs and stuff covering the ground?
Dry? No.
Everything's pretty
marsh.
damp.
Yeah, you're in a marsh. You're in the Florida Everglades right now, except from hell.
Sounds pleasant.
So the Florida Everglades.
Yeah.
All right, well, that scraps my idea. So
No, we just start making off. I'll lead the way. Kind of start hustling, through the muck and grossness.
All right. So you make through, start moving through this tangled marsh. The ground, what you're traveling on, is what passes for dry in this area, but it's more like solid, soggy ground compared to
Just
the.
packed down.
Yeah, it's everywhere around there. You kind of see, floating. Wouldn't say rivers. It's all stagnant water. However, you do see some somewhat soggy, solid ground that you're keeping on, following this makeshift trail as well as the blaze marks in the trees. You don't move very fast just because of the difficulty of the terrain. However, you are able to make some progress through the night. Any point do y'all want to stop and rest or anything, or are you just putting distance?
I think we're all content with putting distance on them right now.
All right, let me look up.
Yeah,
travel
yeah. Keep moving.
Oh,
yep, agreed.
Yeah, figure out
Distance
how far
is
you
good.
move. Okay. Man, I had a really good distance traveling thing that I can't find now. That's unfortunate. Okay, so like I said, this is a somewhat difficult terrain for you to progress through, but you're able to make some time after you get out of the initial area, leaving the roadhouse back behind you, following this trail, leading further into this, marshy and mere. You don't move very fast, but you don't hear any voices that seem to be following behind you. You make it about 4 hours of travel. Make it about 2.5 miles or so after 4 miles. No, you went further than that. 4 hours. So you made it 6 miles. And you're still well within a marsh. You don't see a whole lot around you. But as you're moving, everybody give me perception checks.
Perception.
Can I be at advantage?
No.
Yeah.
Too busy trying to stare at the
Max,
mark.
Max is just both ends of the spectrum there. God,
Need
still
to
with the
flip around the other way.
low rolls.
It'll be weird if it ever changes.
Right.
Yeah.
I just want y'all to know that Tara is not winded or having any trouble with this terrain.
I'm sucking.
Ooh. Okay. All right, please hold.
If my 22 didn't save us, I think we done fucked up.
I don't think it saved us. We had 2 9s and a critical 8.
I've never heard of a group perception check, so we'll see.
A groupception check? Never heard of
group perception check.
They let him go. They shouldn't have let him go.
Too many pages.
Too many pages.
So as you're moving forward, you've made it a few miles into this muck, following the path. However, in front of you, you all have time to hear before you see what sounds like several figures or several creatures moving through the kind of dampening areas, or more damp areas rather, kind of splashing through the water. And you all have time to see what appears to be 6 creatures. Oh, I can't count. 8 creatures. 12 creatures. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not scared.
Blood for the blood god.
You have time to see 8 creatures, 2 of which look very familiar. The other ones clearly representing what appear to be orcs. They all catch sight of you as you catch sight of them. And at that point, we are going to roll for initiative.
You know what really, really, really pisses me off right now?
Uh-oh. Let's hear it.
The fact that we left our fucking horses behind in that barn.
We can go back and get them.
Oh man.
Now Stone Skull's mad. Shit's gonna die because he doesn't have his horse.
Ooh. Ooh.
Tara with the nat 20.
You know, I don't know if I've ever played a character with a negative on initiative before.
I've played with 0.
I just
Ever
want y'all to
negative.
know that I said a small prayer to the dice gods before I clicked that.
Please let me have
Come on.
something.
Come
But-
on, guys.
And you know what, Zorn? They're listening.
Mm-hmm.
I like how my nat is the same as Stone Skull.
Big old turn order. All right, so these creatures seem to mellow or kind of milling through the marsh, somewhat following the path, yet the big creatures obviously not needing to be on the path at all. You all see each other at the same time, and they all growl and begin to charge towards you, just for clarity's sake. So you all are kind of close together, a little more spread out than that. There you go. And at that point, Tara, you're the first to react.
I am the first to react. And let me just pull this up here. Get a quick read as I was doing. I am going to... Tara is going to, rather, hold up both of her hands in an outward manner towards Ignalia and Stone Skull. And using Twin Spell, cast haste on them.
Oh boy.
Oh, here it goes.
God, here comes the death.
Here we go. This is a thing now.
Here I go killing again.
Ignalia and Stone Skull, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. Anything else?
She is just going to assume a ready stance against the oncoming slaughter.
All right. So
Oh.
you see Tara looking directly at you for once, as you kind of look over towards her, as you feel this arcane energy suffusing you, and as it does so, you feel your body not just like growing, but growing with energy, and you feel like you can move and attack and just be more proficient in battle than you've ever been before. That being said, it is now Stone Skull's turn.
Okay. Clarity on haste. Does that mean I get my extra attack with haste as well?
Shit, what did we decide on that?
With action surge, yeah. So you can do 5, right?
Is it 5 or 6? I don't think we...
I
Because...
think you get
Wait.
attack.
So it'd be
You're talking
attack and
about-
extra, and then if I action surge, it would be attack and extra. And then with haste, is it just attack, or is it attack and extra as well?
It says you gain an additional action. You use an action to do 2 attacks. So between all of those, you get 6.
So I would get 6. Okay.
Whew.
All right.
Something's gonna die.
Wait, hold up.
Havic's like, wait, hold on.
Due to that part in parentheses, it is going to nullify your extra attack on your hasted action.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
One weapon attack only, so you will not get your extra attack on your hasted action.
Oh, man.
So with action surge, yes, you will get your extra attack,
Yes,
but not
like
with haste.
normal. Okay. So here I go killing again.
Wait, does that mean it's pointless on Stone Skull?
No.
No, he still
Okay.
gets another attack.
Yeah, and you get plus 2
Okay.
AC, so.
And double speed.
Moving to right here.
Jesus.
Attacking southwest. I'm gonna go counterclockwise around the room here. Greatsword, southwest. 15.
Dead.
Greatsword, southeast. 15.
Hit.
13. Still alive.
Still standing, barely.
Action surge. Greatsword, same thing again. Oh, crit fail. That sucks. 100.
First time moving that fast.
Damn it.
Not quite used to it yet.
Yeah.
46.
46. So as you feel your body just bursting with energy, you swing and take out one creature, and just in glorious battle, you turn and swipe across the chest of this other one, leaving a huge gash upon it. As you swing the third time, you feel your body kind of shaking with the fury of your blows. You kind of look around at the chaos around you. Everything seems to be moving so much faster to you. You leave yourself open to... or rather, you feel yourself that you're not able to control yourself exactly. You'll have disadvantage on your next attack roll.
Okay. So since I used action surge, going to attack at disadvantage. 12.
12 misses.
Okay, and then going to use haste to attack again.
Hit.
This time to the east.
Okay.
16.
And it falls.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. So Stone Skull just goes in, and with this abnormal fury granted by Terra's spell, just swings his sword around like a madman, taking out 2 of the creatures and almost mortally wounding a third. No, he's dead. So Steve.
All right. I'm gonna go introduce this guy to my rapier.
Hit.
16. Yeah.
1,
1, 2, 3.
I don't think I got advantage.
Couple
so I don't
bad
think it's
rolls
sneak.
there, but
No, you won't
Otherwise,
get sneak
it was
on this guy.
No. 5.
All right. So as you rush forward, you drive your rapier right into the kind of stomach of this creature, dealing a good amount of damage to it. However, it is just pissed off at you now.
hey, let's get some
Sweet.
different music, eh?
Disengage.
And disengage.
Alrighty. So as you step back, you see one of the other orcs off to that one's east that you just attacked begin moving up towards you with a javelin in its hand. Or no, a great axe in its hand. And it's going to move forward to you, Steve, and swing at you.
Okay. Will you calm down over there?
Somebody's having too much fun. 22.
Yeah.
He brings down the great axe for 5 slashing damage on you. Catches you right across the chest. The one that you attacked is going to follow its brethren in and also swing its great axe at you. 10 this time. So it
Yeah.
misses. That being said, as Stone Skull moved in, this ogre kind of looks down at you and steps forward, wielding basically a small tree as a club, and brings it down towards you, Stone Skull.
Neat.
It's a 19 hit.
Barely.
All right, so he brings it down and catches you right into the back as you're kind of huffing and puffing from this flurry of blows that you just unleashed for 12 bludgeoning damage.
6.
For 6 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Max.
This one here, by the way, is marked as well. Unwavering mark.
Going to make a quick move and really.
Did you
That
add
is-
your 2 to your AC for being hasted?
Yes.
Okay.
It was 1 above my AC.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Ooh, min damage. That's
Minimum
unfortunate.
min damage. Huh?
Yeah. Are you looking? I'm assuming you're firing it off a little to the right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Away from the party. Sorry.
Okay, just making sure. So that'll go out. I'll say you'll hit the what's the range on it? How far out does it go?
15. 15.
10, 15.
That dude's kind of straddling the line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, who's this guy think he is on the vertex?
He's in
Yeah.
the space
Get a
of-
friendly roll. Yeah.
There you go.
Like it.
Friendly rolling. So yeah, you'll hit the 2 to your north as well as the 1 there, but you won't quite reach the ogre.
Yeah.
So dex saves. 14, 5, and 20. So both of the ones closest to you to your north are going to fail, and the one furthest away from you is going to succeed.
But he may not have much left.
Alright, so as this torrent of flame erupts out of Max's mouth, it engulfs the 2 to his north, and you see them kind of wailing in pain, these deep, kind of slobbering voices. The one to the northeast is able to kind of sidestep back, recoiling, taking a little bit of fire damage, but not much. All 3, however, are still standing, but they all are, especially the one, not the direct north, but the one above it, looks very wounded.
And then with a quick slash of the sword, generate a whistle and a point of bardic inspiration for Steve. Go on my turn.
Alright. So now this ogre is going to step forward, seeing Max being pretty much the closest one to it. Boom, boom, boom. Heavy footsteps up to you, and it also brings a great club down at you, Max. 25.
Yes.
Ooh, so it brings it down and catches you right. Yeah, it's like, oh shit, what the fuck? It brings down this great club, catching you right as you finish the twirl of your sword. And you're unable to bring the sword up quite in time to block even a partial bit of this blow, and you take 18 bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
This one to your southeast that you were wailing on is going to attack you, Stone Skull,
Okay.
with its great axe. Double 7s. Yeah, it misses.
No.
The one that got barely singed by fire is going to rush down towards Steve next to its other comrades and swing its great axe at Steve. 24.
Yeah.
Okay, so it brings it down. Oh yeah, even with Bardic Inspiration, that wouldn't be enough.
Yeah.
So, wait, what? Oops. Just kidding, ignore that roll. 11. I rolled for the ogre again. So yeah, it misses its attack on you as it brings a great axe around. And this one's dead. Ignalia with the whopping 2 initiative.
Yeah, get used to it. All right. So for cone stuff, I'm going off the shapes that you showed us prior, right? Like how those like spread out on a grid.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to be rushing up to here.
So 1, 3, 5.
Yep.
Yep.
So I'm going to be rushing up to there, putting my sword away as I do so, and then from behind my hand, just make my dragon-like gesture as I emit a more powerful burning hands. So that should hit all 4 orcs and the ogre by max. And so the damage for that would be...
What's the DC?
My DC is 15.
Oof, okay, nice. Alrighty, only the orc to your furthest south one next to Max is going to save. Everything else failed. So 13 damage. Seven.
Yeah.
So as this torrent of flame erupts from your fingertips and just engulfs everything in front of you, you're unable to see the carnage. You just hear and smell burning, as well as the screams of these creatures. And as the flames dissipate, you're able to see once again. You see the ogre slapping flames off of its large body. One orc is kind of reeling back and shaking its head from the torrent of fire that's still lingering on it, but it begins to slap it away. The other 3 are now laying in the ground, burning heaps.
And I am going to push forward through the cloud of flame, come out the other side, and with my hasted action, I am going to strike at the orc with a flame blade. Is it 16 hit?
16 hits.
All right, 9 slashing, 8 fire to him, 13 fire to the ogre as I carry it on through and aim it towards him.
It dies.
I imagine it's kind of like a clean, hot cut. It's like fucking fiery steel.
Yeah, you just bring that thing around, and it almost, like we described before, kind of cauterizes the wound. However, then it explodes outward, engulfing, heading towards the one last standing creature near it, and engulfs it in flame, and it writhes and dies, much like the other ones did.
That'll be the end of my turn. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I made a terrifying person.
Yeah, you did. Tara.
Hearing the sounds of Max's screams when he got hit, Tara is going to move forward while casting Wrathful Smite. That's not a con spell. I don't know why it is con. Let me double check that.
Here.
I thought it was a con spell.
Is it? Okay, then I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Almost anything that persists.
I'm not gonna cast it. I'm just gonna hit it. I could have swore I just looked and it just said no con on there.
23 hits.
For 11 bludgeoning.
All right. Anything else?
That will end my turn.
All right. So you bring the maul around and able to catch the flubber of this kind of bulbous creature, catching very solidly with it, dealing a good amount of damage. It's starting to look pretty hurt. And Super Stone Skull. Ooh,
the 3000 model's not very good. I'm sorry.
Apparently. All right, so Stone Skull sets it forward again, and he's still kind of shaking with all this bursting energy, and kind of just screams and starts swinging the blade. And the ogre kind of looks down as he's just swinging it a good foot away from him, missing every shot, unfortunately. Steve.
Right. Well, he's dead, so he gets to meet my rapier. No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. I need a D100, please. Hey, we know what this one does. So as you step forward, you kind of see the towering mass of this creature. And you're next to it, you kind of get shocked by it and kind of step back away from it. you'll have disadvantage on your next attack roll.
All right.
Anything else?
Disengage.
Okay. All right. Well, seeing you kind of flail around, this creature is going to bring its great club around at you again, Stone Skull. 20.
Yep.
Pathetic damage. All right. It brings it down, and you're able to kind of start to recover yourself. You bring your blade up, kind of minimizing the damage, only taking bludgeoning from it.
How much?
7.
7? Okay.
And Max.
Oh, right. So this big dude. I'm going to turn, and watching, after having hit me, watching his other, people fall, just kind of, stand up and with, like magical energy, just lace my words and say, "Flee." Cast fear.
What is that? A wisdom save?
Yeah.
Which way are you pointing it? I'm assuming to the one right next to you.
Yeah, just straight across.
It rolled a 1.
He's terrifying.
Yeah.
And then in the audience, yes.
And the audience.
So, as Max does this creature looks down at him and, for whatever reason, sees a towering gold dragon in front of it. It shrieks in kind of a very deep, bellowing voice, but you can definitely tell it's feared, and it looks like it's about to turn and run away. Anything else?
Max.
No, that's good.
All right. It also dropped its big old club of a tree. All right. So it says, "Fuck this shit, I'm out." It disengages and turns around and begins running away from you all. Runs away. They're both dead. Ignalia.
Is he gone or is he that far away?
He's that far away.
Okay, no murder hobo. No murder hoboing. Seeing him not be a threat, I will turn. Yeah, seriously, holy crap. I will turn my attention towards the one focusing on Stone Skull and dash around to give him support. And this will be 2 flame blades.
Hit.
Yeah.
And a 19. Second one. So that'll be 16 total damage, and then 10 total damage.
Alright, and you can't jump to anything, so you leave 2 giant cauterized slashes across the belly of this creature. It kind of steps back away from you and turns toward you and screams in your face. Just drool and muddle flies into your face. It's still standing and very angry now.
Oh, I brought that down in a nice diagonal arc, and then on the backswing, made it an X.
Of course you do. Cauterized X across its belly and chest. Terra.
Terra is going to step up next to Ignalia. Does a 12 hit.
It is.
No, if you get hit, my haste goes away.
My haste goes away.
My haste, though.
My haste bow.
Yeah, so you bring them all around. You do anything else?
Oh, no, that'll end my turn.
All right, you bring them all around and just sink it into this creature. It almost bounces off of its thick flubber. However, you clearly feel damage going through it. You think you might have cracked a rib or two with that strike. Stone Skull.
We know what's going on here.
Do it, Blender. Oh, and the 3500X model is now out. All 3 attacks hit.
Oh.
Oh no.
His
We'll
AC's
turbo mode.
11? Holy
And-
god.
And it is
Is that
also
more than 22 damage?
yes.
Okay. This is easier.
Yeah.
So Stone Skull moves forward, finally getting his bearings and being able to control the down power that Terra has granted him. Finally steps forward and lands all 3 shots. He actually carves down the X, and with a second strike horizontally through the middle of the X, and then takes his blade and shoves it straight through the middle of the X, leaving a 5-pointed star. Or wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shit, I can't count. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8-pointed star in its chest with a large gash in the middle of it. This creature wobbles for a few moments as you pull your blade out of it, and then falls down on its back, leaving a loud crash as it does so. And it is not moving.
Yes. That's my turn.
All right, Steve.
Not murder hoboing. Making sure Max is okay.
Why are you guys so against murder hoboing all of a sudden?
Because Zorn tried to make us feel guilty today.
I will not feel guilty about killing things. That is my job. That's why I'm here.
Shit. Jesus.
That is why you keep me around, is to kill things.
Right, so as you're all looking around, you see that the ogre is clearly running away, has no interest in fighting you all, and runs off into the distance.
Maybe Max wanted to murder Hobo.
No, I kind of
pretty far away.
channel healing energy into my shoulder to make sure it still moves right.
Hurt a little bit.
Couldn't get my shield up in time. Imagine I took it like right on the crown of the shoulder. You know, big thump, like, oh god.
It's like his arm was dislocated. It wasn't quite enough, but that hurts.
Where you're like, yeah, is that broken? I don't think so. It just hurts real good.
It's like, it fucking feels like it is. Shit. All right, so you're able to slay the group of orcs and ogres that you ran into. You all kind of stand back a bit. Terra and Ignalia, not really being winded at all from the battle. However, Stone Skull and Ignalia shortly after feel a little bit winded as the spell's effect begin to wear off finally. As the
A lot of
haste
it
wears
winded.
off.
Felt like you got fucking punched in the gut.
You feel the whiplash of the spell essentially taking a toll on your body. Your muscles kind of burn. You feel the arcane energy that you sent out to Ignalia kind of reverbing back to you, and you feel very, very tired.
All right. Can we take like a quick 5? How's everyone doing?
I mean, we
Yeah,
could just
collect
set up camp
ourselves.
here. I think a bunch of dead ogres and orcs make a good warning.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
I think they're still following us, though.
Well, if they follow us this far, they're not on their home territory either. That probably means reinforcements aren't too far. I mean, we're traveling into the night, right?
Yeah, it's past midnight at this point. You've traveled about 4 hours, so it's early. Very, very early.
They're not going to be tracking us through this.
No, regardless, I kind of want to look around and use Control Flame to put out any active fires that might be going.
You look down at the orcs that you flambéed, essentially. You're able to look down at them and see a few little pieces, little burning singes on their hide armor that they were wearing, still burning, and you put those out with a quick poof and some smoke rising.
And I'm guessing there's really nothing on the bodies here.
Yeah, each one has 1 gold piece on it.
Hot
Cool.
damn.
I gave you up to 20 each. Y'all saw that.
Yeah.
Perhaps somebody should ask if there's something on these bodies, because I got a 1.
Oh, too late. You look through the orcs. You don't see anything on the ogres, so you only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 total gold pieces. Each one seemed to have 1 on it. Probably from the split that they had on the last adventurers they killed.
So 1 apiece and 1 to the first round of the cheapest worst ale we can find.
So, what are we doing? Are we resting briefly here?
Yeah, take a short rest.
Cool. I'm good with that.
Okay.
I was thinking a long rest.
No, we just got out of a
You
long
just
rest.
Yeah.
well, you
You
tried
just-
to do one.
You just
Yeah, no, we
snuggle
didn't
into the
complete
blubber of
it.
that ogre.
Yeah. We're gonna be good. Let's get some sleep.
Use that before.
I'm just gonna throw
Rest.
down that just situational awareness, just so you're in the middle of a obviously hostile area.
Yeah.
Wild creatures and even organized semi-intelligent ones that you just ran into obviously prowl the area around you. Any kind of resting in this area has the possibility of being dangerous.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But by all means, anything you want to do, just let me know.
Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll short rest here.
All right. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Get a tiger by its tail. Max, roll me a d20.
All right, I've been rolling real well tonight. This should be fun, guys. I'm sorry in advance.
Incoming one.
Hey.
Incoming 15 bad guys.
No.
And inbound.
Now you really wanted low. That is not good.
You had rolled one,
Classic
one lower.
Havoc.
One lower, man. It would have been fine. 1 second.
Yay!
So as this is going on, I'm gonna slump down, rest next to Tara, and be like, "You are a blessed child."
Yeah, I imagine when Stone Skull was missing, it was like a tuning fork, just like wing. It's like, oh, I can't quite get it.
I almost described the combat as if he was holding on to the longsword and just spinning around in a circle and was just hitting things as it went around, and every single person was going to get hit along the way.
Like a whirlwind.
Stone Skull, buddy, I hate to do this to you, but your greatsword damage macro is actually broken.
How so?
Where it says, where is it? Fuck.
It re-rolls anything less than 2.
Yeah, but it does it infinitely. You need to have it be, instead of R less than 2, it needs to be RO less than 2. So it only does it once.
Was there any situation where it kept rolling?
Yeah, that's actually why I saw it earlier.
Oh, I didn't notice it.
Your first hit, 5 + 1 + 1 + 6. So you rolled a 1 and it rolled a 1 again, and then it re-rolled to a 6.
Okay. So what should it be?
Just put a letter O after the R in the macro.
Okay.
That makes it re-roll once.
Gotcha. Yep.
Huh. Well,
Overall, it's
Cool.
not going to affect your damage all
Right.
that much.
I was thinking that was on your hit. I was like, man, you're hitting really high minus those like 3 attacks that were freak accidents. And it's like, nope, it
Nope.
has nothing to do with it. He just
Nope.
rolls that high. All right, fine.
Mhm.
Damn it.
+7 to attack.
Level 5. All right. So as you all sit down, kind of resting your wounds, you get about 30 minutes into your rest. But as you're looking around, everybody give me perception checks.
Yeah, to make sure everything's fine, right?
What fresh hell did you
Everything is
bring
fine.
upon us, Max?
This is your fault, Havoc, because you said as you're looking around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ignalia and Maximilian, as you're looking off to the northeast, further up this pathway that you've been following, that you decided not to move any further on, you see 2 large, kind of gangly green creatures making their way down there towards you all. You have just enough time to start turning around to warn your comrades before the creatures spot you as well.
Where are they?
And at that, we're going to go ahead and roll initiative again, please. Now,
Do they have like big claws and big teeth?
they do. They look very menacing.
So, just so I'm clear, do not get the benefits of
Oh.
a short rest yet.
No, you
Wait a
did
second.
not complete the short rest.
Okay.
Did I call 2 trolls yesterday? Or are you doing this to spite me?
It was literally what Willie rolled. So
So
encounters
I
from
had a
15 to 20. He rolled a 15. So
Nat
there's the
20
first
first initiative roll, Nat 1 second initiative roll.
Well, at least you're balanced, and At least
You
you're
quit. You quit and pray hard enough to the dice gods.
I was falling asleep while we were taking that rest. I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Apparently,
lucky
I'm
for
the only
that,
one who's happy to be awake right now.
The two
Max
creatures
struck
are somewhat slow to start moving towards you, but Steve, you're able to catch the cry out from Ignalia and Max and get up and start reacting to the creatures first.
Here we go again.
All right. Oh, close the distance. And stabby stab. Nope.
1 second, I want to check something.
Where'd he go, Willie?
What did you do?
No, we're good.
Yeah,
It's gonna be fun.
I'm out. I'm running low.
Okay, so you don't get it then. Alrighty, so yeah, you reach out the rapier, and as you do so, you try to stab into the chest of this creature, and your blade almost bends from the impact and glances off, doing nothing to it.
All right. Sweet. Yeah, disengage.
Stone Skull.
Stone Skull, get up!
Yeah. So, we're doing this thing again.
I plug in the blender.
I can't get all the way over there. Okay, so I'm just going to be here, and I'm just going to normal attack twice.
Okay.
Maybe.
Miss.
Oh, it... Damn it, the window's below it. Okay. Wait. No, that broke it. That broke it.
What?
It broke my damage.
No, it has. That has to be after the R.
Oh.
RO for
RO.
roll once.
Okay. That's where it's wrong.
Yeah, just change it and reroll damage.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Stone Skull don't do no 2 damage.
No.
Physically
I'm
impossible.
just doing that so I can make sure it works. There we go.
Go up.
There we go.
That'll work. And almost a max damage roll. That'll work.
Almost.
So Stone Skull, you charge forward, bringing your blade up. You start to move past the creature to get over to both of them. Unfortunately, you aren't quite able to make it there, but as you're moving past this creature, you kind of slide the blade along its, kind of its waist and belly area, since it's a little bit bigger than you. It's scoring for 15 slashing damage on it.
Yeah. That's my turn.
One second. So with the end of your swing, as you're bringing it up across its belly, you actually bring the swing upwards, catching the arm, and it starts to stop your blade, but you power through it, and as you do so, you actually cut off the left arm of this creature. And the arm kind of falls down to the ground, but you do see it kind of flopping around. Ignalia.
I'm going to look around a little hesitantly, but only for a second, and kind of hold my sword up in front of me, and then when I open my eyes, they're glowing like coals. As I activate my mantle of flame. So basically a giant sheet of fire hangs from me like a cloak. And I'm going to charge up in front of him, and I'm going to swing for a flame blade. Nope.
An 8 misses, unfortunately.
Ah, that sucks.
That is unfortunate.
Yep. That'll end my turn.
Alrighty, so you bring the blade around as you cast this mantle of flame around you. You glow, and almost shimmering wings of fire appear on your back. And unfortunately, you run forward, and the creature kind of steps back away from you out of sheer reaction and dodges your attack. That being said, this creature behind you is, or further away, is going to move towards Stone Skull. Standing next to him is going to bring its claws around twice and then attempt to bite you.
Okay.
23, 17, and 10.
All but the 10.
All right, so the 2 claws sink home, but you're able to dodge out of the way of its mouth as it reaches down trying to bite you on the face. You take 21 total slashing damage.
Holy shit. Okay.
Max.
I'm going to start whipping my blade through the air, raising a cacophony of noise, and hurling it just behind here.
Shatter. Okay, cool. Con saves, right? Yeah.
Yeah, con save for 19.
2 threes.
Strong.
So they both take 15 thunder damage. Anything else?
And then I'm going to give a point of bardic inspiration to Ignalia.
This has never happened before.
All right. So
Well,
Max begins to chant and raise his hands up, and a loud boom echoes from back behind these 2 creatures, echoing out. You see both of them reach up and cover their ears, kind of shaking their heads and moving all over the place in very gangly movement. You see kind of green ichor leaking out of their ears as they pull their hands down, obviously infuriated by these attacks.
Reminder, the one to the north is marked as well.
All right, let me do that since I won't pay attention otherwise. All right. Oh, shit. All right, this one, seeing Ignalia move forward, covered in this flaming mantle, is going to bring its claws and bite down at you, Ignalia.
Oh, please. Oh, please do.
24, 22, and 11.
2 of those will hit.
All right, so it brings down both of its claws, scoring for 24 slashing damage, and it's going to take...
It will take a total of 8 fire damage.
8 fire, okay.
Are those at disadvantage?
Oh, they were not, actually. I didn't realize it had disadvantage. Oh,
Mhm.
the waiver mark. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So, never mind. Don't take that damage.
Okay.
So, as it reaches around, it's kind of got its head cocked back towards Stone Skull and is just flailing out towards you, and you're able to easily sidestep around the attacks and not get hit by anything. Terra, the Glorious One initiative.
Yay, I get to do something. I am going to move up the battlefield to here. And I am going to be casting... Where did I decide that was going to be? Just right here in between both of the trolls, I'll be casting Beifong's Blinding Storm.
Yeah. By the way, how are you doing, everybody? Hope you're enjoying the game so far today. Lots of fun. At least for me, anyways.
What's your DC?
I did it as 14.
9 and a 7. All right, they both take 6. All right, so as Terra begins to chant, this kind of swirling muck begins to appear once again, swirling around and buffeting into these 2 creatures. Both of them turn around to see what's attacking them, and as they do so, pieces of debris and muck fly into their eyes, blinding them. And I take a little damage from it too. Steve.
Right. So your cone rolls.
It works so well. Oh my
So
God.
perfectly timed.
Your trash talks better than your character actually does. Shit.
Damn.
Your cone rolls is 135.
135, yeah.
Okay, sweet. I'm gonna let out a gout of flame. This direction.
Yep. It'll spread out and hit both of them. The one furthest away from you will save, but the one closest to you is not even close.
How does that interact with my sandstorm?
The fire kind of swirls around for a few moments and then dissipates immediately. It's not very prolonged fire.
Weed flyer. Ignali is made a flame tornado.
I wink at you. You can't see that.
It's like Bush waving at fucking, what's his name? Ray Charles.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Dahlia winks back towards Tara and then kind of shakes her head and looks around, make sure nobody noticed.
It's like
Steve,
that.
you're able to.
Do
It's
that
like-
break the fourth wall thing. You know,
No,
talk to the audience. Like,
Oh no, she owns up to that. She probably laughs at it.
It's kind of like that kid that Ryan Seacrest tried to shake his hand. Yeah, same thing.
God.
Yeah. So yeah, Steve, you lead out this not huge flame or cone of fire, but it seems enough to damage these creatures ever so slightly.
Perfect. And,
Anything else?
Go ahead. Remove myself. Yeah.
All right. Stone Skull.
I'm going to attack each of them once.
Okay.
This is to the north,
Hit.
and this is to the east,
Hit.
and both of them are marked. The mark only lasts for one round unless I reapply it. So, and it reapplies upon hit,
Okay. Yeah. So
and it can be as many targets as I can hit at once. So,
it can be a lot.
Can they get double disadvantage?
No.
no.
Yeah, it doesn't really stack. There's no real logical way for it to do it. All right. Anything else, Stone Skull?
No, that's my turn.
All right, so as you bring your sword around with a quick slash to your north, you catch the creature across the chest, and then with the backswing, you bring around and do with a quick spin and bring it around and catch the other one almost in the same spot, doing a good amount of damage to him. Acknowledge that.
All right, I'm gonna raise up my sword and dash forward with a swipe, another flaming blade. This has advantage because he's blind, right?
Correct.
Oh God.
You have
12
the,
is going to miss.
I do, yeah. I'll use the I'll use the inspiration to add on to that one.
Okay.
What's it at? A D8?
D8, yeah.
All right, come on, 10, motherfucker.
14 still misses.
Ugh, I felt that coming.
Giggity.
Giggity, giggity.
Anything else?
With that, I'm going to actually move down. Just kind of after this, I'm just going to shuffle my way over towards Stone Skull, and in a free moment, I'm going to grab him just on the back, and I am going to put some healing into him. 10 points.
All right, so Ignalia swings her sword around, and even with the increased benefit of Max's inspiration, just can't quite pierce through the heavy natural armor of this creature. But as she moves around, she sees Stone Skull just go into town on these things, so moves forward and heals him up a bit. This troll to your east, Stone Skull, is not happy with you and is going to. You see it first before it does anything. It kind of looks down at the wounds that have been created on it, and it kind of puts its hand and sees the blood resting on its hand, and it looks confused for a moment. And then it looks at you, Stone Skull, and then begins swinging at you. 2 claws and a bite. 15, 18, 16.
16 matches.
All right, so the 18 and 16.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as it brings 1 claw around, it slashes across your chest in a just angry rage, dealing 14 slashing damage. And as you're recoiling from that attack, it comes down and bites you right on the shoulder for 10 piercing damage for a total of 24.
All
How
right.
much health do you have?
Under 50%.
Oh, okay.
He's starting to look beat up.
Yeah.
Max.
Watching him take 2 vicious blows, I am going to move up behind Stone Skull and like kind of, put my hands against his back, square him back up, and then give him a point of divine inspiration with another sharp whistle.
To Stone Skull?
Yes, sorry, yeah, Stone Skull.
All right, so you reach
Pop
out
him
and
back up.
touch him, healing him up for 11 hit points, and then you're whistling or you're swinging your blade again?
Whistling. Well, I imagine putting both hands on his back, like I didn't
Okay.
have my sword in my hand.
Okay.
You did roll as a disadvantage, right?
Yeah, those were at disadvantage.
Okay.
It
Well, no,
doesn't
those weren't at
matter.
disadvantage because it attacked
Yeah,
Stone Skull.
if they attack me, it's not a
Blinding
disadvantage.
sandstorm. They're blind.
Oh,
Oh, that is true. Well, either way, I did it at disadvantage regardless, so I forgot it wasn't against Stone Skull. But yeah, those were at disadvantage. And actually get to make throws against that. What is the throw?
My spell save is 14 and throw
14.
is con.
Fail. Succeed. So this is no longer, the north one is not blinded. The south one still is, though. The one that just attacked. All right, and that's Max's turn. So the one that is no longer blinded is seeing Ignalia move around, is still going to swing at her with a disadvantage with 2 claws and a bite. 13, 16. Oops. And the bite. 8.
No, none of those.
None of those hit. That beefy 19 AC, nice. All right, so it brings it around. You're able to, as you're removing your hands from Stone Skull, you're able to bring up your shield. I believe you have a shield.
Mm-hmm.
Bring up your shield and block the attacks, and they kind of just beat on your shield, and you kind of wince away from the pressure of the blows, knowing how much damage they can do based on what your fellow adventurers have taken. But you're able to dodge all 3 of the attacks behind your shield. Tara.
All right.
Oh wait. Sorry. Just to be clear. So was it touching me?
Wait, Scott just broke up. What?
I was saying, just to be clear. So was it touching me?
Touching your shield?
I don't
None
know.
of them hit you.
Well, I was gonna say it specifically says they can hit me with an attack, or if they touch me, like even just touching me will activate the mantle. I don't know, so it's up to you to rule that.
We're gonna go for purposes of battle if they hit you.
All right.
So if you're bringing your shield up or your armor glances away with it, it's not hitting your skin essentially, so it's not activating your natural ability.
Yeah, maybe a grapple or something like that, though.
Yeah, a grapple would for sure do it.
All right. Yeah. Agreed.
All right, Tara.
I am going to move forward and cast Wrathful Smite, letting the con drop on the tornado. And does an 18 hit for 8 and 6.
14 damage.
That one.
Got max damage on the psychic, please.
Yeah.
To the basement. All right. Anything else?
That will end my turn.
Alrighty. So Tara moves forward, clearly seeing, air quotes, the location of this creature and brings her maul around after kind of blessing it very quickly as she swings in it. Glows momentarily, and as it hits, the creature kind of reels back and then reaches up and holds its head momentarily as it takes extra damage from the hit. Steve.
Did it make the wisdom saving throw?
Oh shit, man! I gotta really learn your spells.
wait, didn't that drop?
Didn't what drop?
the thing that was causing the blinding condition?
Yeah, neither one of them are blind now.
No, but the psychic hit has a condition.
Oh.
With its -1 in wisdom, it rolled a 19 with a nat 20, so it succeeded.
All right. Well, I'm gonna use the opening, hopefully opened up by Terra, to stab it with my rapier.
Oh no,
1 and a 2.
that is, yeah.
Don't want to meet nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me I pulled a Bobby and jammed it in the ground.
You didn't. This is a little bit more interesting. So as you bring your rapier around, you kind of slide past this creature, missing it entirely. And some of the muck, as you step forward, splashes up into your face, momentarily blinding you, not blinding you, the condition. You kind of lose the track of what's going on around you. And next turn, you're actually going to be at the bottom of the turn order after Terra.
Okay.
Interesting. No, not about here. Interesting.
You can still bonus action if you want to.
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right, Stone Skull.
So just like the last round, same thing. I'm going to swipe at both of them.
Mm-hmm.
First one hits.
Bardic on the second.
Okay.
Don't roll a 1.
Hey, that hits.
Okay. And once again, they are marked. That single-digit roll, though. The hell?
Oh no, it can happen.
Yeah. Which one were you attacking? East or
Both. I was attacking. Yeah, one of each.
holy shit, Scott!
What?
It sounded
Breathing
like
into
you
your
had a
mic.
fan or breathing into your mic or something. It was really loud.
Shouldn't have re-rolled both ones.
No.
It only rerolls once.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So yeah, north and east.
North and east. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So you catch it for 8, and catch this one for a 15. Whoa, no. Minus 150? No, minus 15. Okay. So you bring it around and cut into both of these creatures, catching them down towards their legs with a low sweeping blow. Both of them are looking, starting to look a little hurt. Finally, you see that all your attacks are finally taking a toll on them. Ignalia.
Alrighty. Man. Alright. Gonna go ahead and attack again with Flame Blade on the one above me. He's not blinded now, right?
Correct.
Oh my fucking god.
Wow.
How?
Ouch.
Alright.
This is going to be a thing tonight.
Apparently.
All right. I need a dex check from you.
Oh no, not those.
You know that thing your other character would have been good at?
Okay. So
Yeah,
as you step forward towards this creature, an unseen root catches your foot and you flop forward. However, as you do so, you bring your arm up trying to find anything to grant purchase from keeping you from falling. Unfortunately, the only thing in front of you is this giant creature, and you wrap your arms around its legs, and it's shocked by you doing so, and
I'm
doesn't have
touching
time
it.
to react. No. As you move down on it, you trip it up, and both of you fall prone.
Well, okay, that was actually kind of beneficial. Wail on him, guys. I meant to do this.
So you both fall prone into
A weird tackle. Look up, like lay next to a troll in the swamp. What the? Oh
I
god.
don't know what's happening. Hurt him. Save me, save me.
He stands up.
I don't hide it very well.
No, you don't. All right, so both of them, Ignalia and this troll, go toppling down together, kind of mixed together, and all their lanky limbs are all tangled together. Okay. Anything else?
I'm gonna reach out to Stone Skull again. Oh wait, yeah, I haven't, so I can just stand up with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna do that, cursing under my breath. Then I'm gonna reach out, grab Stone Skull again, and pump 5 more healing into him.
Hey.
All right, so as Ignalia tumbles over this creature, she quickly slicks her hair back as this kind of wet ground soaks her a bit, stands back up, her mantle kind of burning, everything, steam begins to rise around her armor. With that, she quickly just very blank-faced reaches out and pushes her hand, slaps it on the back of Stone Skull, and healing energy infuses them again.
Wow, even in that one, I sound like a badass.
It was more so like y'all didn't see that slap.
And steam cloud.
All right.
And as I do that, though, I'm just gonna say I'm tapped.
That's it. That's all, folks.
That's all you getting.
All right. This one to the right is now going to also, or once again, swing at Stone Skull. No disadvantage. 15, 25, 12.
All of them are... Oh, yeah, right. It's hit me. Yeah, the 25 hits.
All right. So it brings around... you're able to sidestep the first claw. The second one catches you, but you're able to dodge around its bite before it lands on you. You only take 11 slashing damage. Max.
I am going to continue to lean against Stone Skull and channel more.
This is the other thing
healing
tonight,
energy.
apparently. Keep the meat shield alive!
That is
That's
what is
right.
happening.
You have
And-
2 kinds of redheads just constantly smacking you with healing
Yeah,
energy.
just giving it to you. And I'm going to give Stone Skull another point of Bardic Inspiration.
All right. So Stone Skull is just taking this
The
abuse from
Squire.
this troll. Both of you just keep laying your hands on him and healing up his wounds so he can continue fighting.
Somehow, I don't think Stone Skull minds too much.
I don't think he does. All right. So yeah, this creature, this troll is gonna, y'all know they're trolls, is gonna stand back up, removing the prone condition from it, and in a fury is going to look at Ignalia and swing at her.
Yep, I figured.
19, 12, 14.
Well, the first one will hit.
So as you're, trying to recover, regain your composure here, you look up and see a claw coming down and it wrenches across you, catching you in between the armor for 15 slashing. But as the other 2 attacks come in, you're able to bring your shield up and bat away the other 2.
4 fire damage.
Let's take fire damage. Okay. Right before it attacked, and as it was clawing against you, you saw some of the wounds that were inflicted on it from Stone Skull begin to sever themselves back together, or bond themselves back together, not sever. Tara.
They're regenerating.
I am going to take another whack at the one in front of me. Does a 16 hit
Mm-hmm.
for 13 damage.
13.
And what kind of save is it? Wisdom save?
Yeah.
Another spell slot for that?
Yeah, no, I did not burn another spell.
Okay, yeah, if you're going to do that, you got to burn another spell slot. It only lasts for 1 attack.
Oh, that's a good point. I have really nothing else to do, so yeah, I'll burn another spell slot.
All right, so it hits. Once again, the psychic damage reaching into its mind and dealing extra damage to it. Once again, still looking kind of hurt as long as it doesn't fucking get a chance to regenerate again. All right, Steve.
All right.
Oh, wait, no. No, Steve. Sorry, buddy.
That's right.
Stone Skull.
Bad Steve.
Oh, it is my turn, isn't it? Okay. Going to use first attack to the north. That Right? That's what I said. I'm going to use Bardic with that.
How is this possible?
Oh, come on!
Ah.
Oh, it backfired.
Unfortunately, a 12 does not hit.
Okay, I'm going to slash at the one to the right now.
That was
And using Unwavering Mark, going to turn back and attack the one to the north again. Because he landed a shot against Signalia, I could retaliate with a bonus action with an attack. With a melee weapon attack.
That's a baller ass thing.
Right? So I can give them disadvantage, and if they still hit the other person, I can then, on my next turn, use my bonus attack to retaliate. So yeah.
Yeah, so sure enough, yeah. All right. That's the one to the north, right?
Yeah, so the east one takes 11, and the north one takes 8, and he is remarked again.
All right, so so Stone Skull, seeing all of this happen, seeing Ignalia taking a hit, just in her fury after getting white maged all over by her, just swings around again and hits both of these creatures, marking them and raging them towards him once again. Ignalia, they're both looking pretty hurt, especially the north one.
All right, with that, I'm going to say this is getting old, and then you just keep going.
Yeah,
19.
Yeah.
All right. 10 total to him, and there'll be 7 total to the other one.
Both the one that jumps is fire damage too, right?
The one that jumps is entirely fire damage.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. So as you swing, you finally hit your mark. This creature, the one to your north, as you slash across it, it gasps in pain, almost buckling under the pressure of all of it. It is barely able to stand back up and keep its footing, only to have a burst of flame leave its body and hit the other creature. The one to the north is looking barely alive at this point, but the one to the east is still raring to go and is going to swing at Stone Skull again.
Okay.
Where does it go? Oh, there it is. 2 claws and a bite. 26, nat 1, and a 25.
See what happens with the nat 1.
With an 8.
Hmm.
What's
Oh.
that do?
That's probably a
Suspiciously
dex
low.
save right there.
All right, so we'll say it clawed first, dealing 11, bit you for another 6, so 17 total damage.
Okay.
Still standing good. And then as it brought another claw around, its foot actually slipped in the muck, leaving itself completely open. Everyone has advantage on their first attack roll against that creature.
Which one? The one to the east?
The one to the east, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, next. So Max and Taro, you won't get it this round, but next round everybody will get advantage on it. Max.
I'm going to, seeing seeing Stone Skull just continually getting hit. I'm going to make an attempt to end this, step back, and create the same cacophonous boom behind him and cast Shatter.
Hey, all right, let's see what happens. Con saves.
Mm-hmm.
Nat 1 on the one to the north. 24 on the one to the east. So once again, just a bang, loud noise echoing through the entire area around you. The creature to the north shudders, doesn't even reach up towards its head. It just kind of, its eyes roll back in its head, and it falls backwards. More green ichor leaking out of its long pointed ears, and it does not move.
I'm going to
still standing.
Whistle, whip my blade around and whistle and point it towards Ignalia and give her 1 point of bardic inspiration.
Jesus, how many of those do you have?
5.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right.
That's just unfair.
On a short rest.
What?
Nope, on a short rest.
Jesus. It's like why the bard's OP right there.
Right there.
And this
I mean,
creature.
utility.
Wait a second. It says when you finish a long rest.
That's true. Keep going.
Okay.
That
thought you
changes
said-
later on.
Okay. I was just saying for now, I thought you said short rest. And I was like, that's bullshit.
No, fifth level. Fifth level turns into short rest.
Whew.
It's fun. Bards are OP. I love them. All right, so as you're all observing the battlefield, seeing this other creature fall, a few seconds pass and you see the creature convulse. However, you see the wounds across it that Ignalia inflicted, that had kind of cauterized themselves, begin to bubble, and the creature ceases convulsing.
Neat.
Terra.
I am going to move forward and try and end this.
Hit.
And we will be expending another spell slot for 17 damage.
Give me some flavor on this.
I imagine I'm just going to try and come up next, like, beside it and just catch it blindsided and hit it just right in the ribs. Since that would be as far as I could probably reach.
kind of tall. Yeah, so you bring them all around, standing up and, just fed up with all of this. These creatures are just obviously taking a toll on all of your friends. You come up behind it as it's reeling back from the shatter that Max just cast, and you catch it completely blindside, catching across the ribs. And as you feel it impact, you push even harder, just pushing through and following through the blow. And the creature sticks and staggers back. You hear multiple bones breaking, and it lets out a long gurgling sound and then falls to the ground.
I don't know how much more I can do here, boys.
Oh god.
What Terra says.
This is fucking ridiculous.
I'd be like, you know what? That's really annoying that people are talking in the background, but this is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, how does it keep doing it?
I want to push the bodies together. And pull out 2 vials of oil and smash them on the corpses and turn to Mignalia and said, if you wouldn't mind a little bit of fire.
Hearing the words fire, Terra is going to take a step back.
That's a good idea, dear. And I'm not even going to create anything. I'm just going to use the last sputters of my cloak and just kind of slap one of them on the side where it's a little bit wet.
And as you do so, as the this mantle kind of extends off of your body, beginning to dissipate, but the last few flickers of the flame catch the edge of this oil liquid that Max has spread across these creatures, and it immediately catches and engulfs both of them within milliseconds. Very volatile stuff that he had just spread on them. They burn very brightly for a few moments, letting off a black and almost greenish tinted smoke. But you see their bodies, unmoving, begin to burn away until there's nothing left.
I am going to step forward towards Stone Skull and say to the group, everyone gather around. As I do that, I'm going to pull a health potion out of my bag and hand it to Stone Skull.
And gladly going to take this health potion and almost just like the adrenaline from the fight and being attacked so much, just kind of crush the potion in his hand, just let it drip down into his mouth.
Oh, and Tara's hearing him slurping down. Oh yeah, I forgot you can drink. She's going to reach in her bag and hold out another one.
Yay.
Right.
I'm going to reach out and stop him. Oh, damn it. Never mind. No, wait. Oh,
Too late.
Glug, 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 glug.
we have spell slots.
Everyone,
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm good. I got plenty.
I got
saved
okay.
some.
He's gonna drink those.
everyone gather around Tara.
Can't believe that.
Everyone gather around Terra.
Tara is going to be casting Meld with Stone, which is going to be casting Pass Without a Trace so that we can get out of this swamp. Please.
Yes.
All right. So you're all not going to try to continue doing a rest. You're just going to take off.
Stealthily.
Yeah, very stealthily. No, yeah, don't get me wrong on that. You're entirely stealthily right now.
Stealthily get as far away as we can, and then we're going to again attempt to rest.
All right. So
Get to somewhere safer.
as Terra casts the spell, you see the earth under your feet and around you begin to mold itself, almost hiding your presence there. And as you move forward, this ever-changing landscape of the earth begins to kind of meld around you, obscuring your figures from the distance, making it very hard to see you. And you continue on at a somewhat slower pace than what you had started on, with the adrenaline of running from Bogluck and his crew finally wearing off, and the tolls of the 2 battles that you've gone through finally catching up with you. You travel another mile or so. Let's see.
Don't
As
pick
you
me.
move forward, everybody give me perception checks.
Uh-oh.
Perception.
Because it's a sight one. As you're all moving forward, kind of slumping along, looking around you as best you can, even with your fatigue. Max, in front of you, you see what appears to be what you would assume to be a camp. It isn't much of a camp,
Dude,
just a clearing that's slightly drier than the muck you've been wading through. But 4 wicker lean-tos and a stone platform that seems to be raised up for lighting a fire above the soggy ground command attention in this wilderness. 3 dugout canoes are drawn up near one of the lean-tos. A few dozen yards beyond the campsite, in the direction you've been traveling, you see that dry land ends completely. Other than moss-covered trees, fallen logs, and thick clumps of reeds, nothing rises above the still black water. And as you make your way to the campsite, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break.
Yeah.
I need a beer.
All right.
I got a pee.
Be back in just a second,
Need
guys.
a
Take a
superior
short
healing.
break, and then we'll be ready to go.
Man, it's like, hey, we need to rest. It looks like a okay place to rest if it didn't command a view. Like, damn it, I don't want to go somewhere where everyone's looking at me.
I mean, this is the combat I crave for, but goddamn those rolls.
Right? Let's
So, considering all of the karma backlash is occurring on us, sorry that I mentioned the young white dragon yesterday.
right? Man, I'm just glad you didn't say black dragon. Whew.
No, they're fighting white dragons in critical roles, so that was on my brain. You know, some things in the universe we can't control, like Bobby's natural ones, Will Wheaton's natural ones, or Damien's roommate.
Right?
Roommate was at least on point tonight.
Commentary brought to you in part by Fortnite.
It makes sense now. It all makes sense.
Tell him to rocket ride his way over here.
I think I've sufficiently scaled up combat correctly.
We're in a bit.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. Pinball. I'm just a pinball. A very large gray pinball.
Man.
Crawl, you crawl. For me.
What game is your roommate playing that's putting such a positive spin on it?
Fortnite.
Well, even better. I'm just waiting for him to scream, "Are you blind?"
I'm back.
All right, everybody
Welcome back. I never left.
Forge?
Yep, I'm here.
All right.
How far from this campsite are we?
You're a good 100, 150 feet. Max had really good eyes and saw it from pretty far away. Or rather, 100, 150 yards, rather. As you're moving closer, do y'all still have passive perception in your blue spot? Yeah, you do. Sweet. All of you except Tara. As Max points out this camp, you begin to look at it a little bit closer, and you see lumps kind of spread around the campsite. Some of them on top of this platform, and some of them kind of surrounding it. It looks to be subtly moving here and there. It looks like 9 or so bodies are there. Appear to be sleeping.
The Mirror of Dead Men seems to be very literal.
Or they are sleeping. What they be doing here?
Well, this is a dead end, right? Like, this is a campsite on the edge of black water.
Yeah, with canoes that are set up on this quote-unquote camp.
I see.
So how about we attempt a short rest since they're all asleep?
I agree.
See those things over there? Nope. All right, let's
Nothing
rest.
there.
I see that's yeah. It's like yeah. I see that. It's like well, it might get ugly. Let's catch our breath.
Have we been traveling another hour yet? Because I said we travel until we can no longer be stealthy, and hopefully we're out of here.
At this point, dawn is quickly approaching. It's 5 or so in the morning. You've started to notice the sky above, though it's kind of hard to see through all the thick, kind of mossy trees above you. Has begun to lighten a bit. You know that about an hour or so, the dawn will be coming.
Okay. Hey, about an hour, huh? Well, I got an idea what we do for an hour.
We attack at dawn.
Yeah, exactly. First light.
We're
And
gonna
if it
attack a
becomes-
bunch of sleeping guys.
No, we're not going to attack them much. But if it's light out, we can approach in the daylight. Say, hey,
Why do we need to approach them?
because they might be dudes' buddies. I mean, I'm not sure. They might not be hostile. They might be friendly.
They
There's
could
a lot
be
of
undead.
half the people.
I don't think.
Exactly. They could be not even people.
Yeah, I don't think anything in the Mirror of the Dead or Undead or wherever we are is friendly. So I have no interest in speaking to those 9 guys.
Well, you know what? We can go up and we can check it out. Be easy to see in the daylight. Everything will be better in the daylight. Just sit
And just
down.
in case you haven't
have
forgotten,
a juice
you're all
box.
very, very stealthy right now.
We are very, very stealthy.
It's true. How long does pass without trace?
An hour. It will be gone before the short rest is over, so you will no longer be super, super stealthy.
That's all right.
No. Group vote.
Eye on short rest.
Stones go.
I'm gonna say keep going. As much as I want a short rest, keep going.
Steve.
I'm gonna say keep going.
Tara.
Yeah, no, before we leave these guys and keep going.
All right. Doesn't matter how I vote.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna cough a bit. There's like soot covering me from the flame. Raise my shield and say, "Just let's get us in close. I'm gonna check something." So get us. Gonna get on the edge of 60 feet of them.
All right. You moving by yourself? Is everybody following close behind?
Yeah,
What are you
I'm
doing?
right to your shoulder.
So I'm gonna hang back a little bit. I don't want the blind girl tripping on stuff.
All right. So once I'm like 55 feet away, I'm going to kind of stab my sword into the ground, kneel, and focus for a bit as I use Divine Sense for undead.
All right. The campsite is approximately up here or so, so you're plenty close enough. Just imagine it's about 60 feet or so. As you kind of reach out with the tendrils of your divine power, it returns nothing in the immediate area, resonating as undead. Give me a perception check as you've gotten closer. As you're looking, you see something somewhat familiar. You see kind of green, scaly skin poking out from underneath these makeshift kind of cloth blankets that they have covering them as they sleep, as well as a bit of a fin, kind of orangish yellow color. You see what appears to be 9 of these lizard creatures sleeping.
All right, I'm gonna immediately touch my forehead and then point at Max and send using message telepathically tell him it's those fish dudes from the warehouse, the ones that let us through when we went into the tunnel. 9 of them.
Let's back away.
All right.
Well,
So I
wait,
retreat.
the same ones that we saw in the warehouse that, like, his status? Is that what you're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like the orange fin on the head, green scales.
You know what? No. Let's not run away. Let's smoke these fools.
All right. How close can we get?
Well, if y'all want to move in, you can roll me stealth checks.
Oh God, you guys go before me. I'm rolling last.
You do have a +10 from Pass Without a Trace, so.
And I have a -1 modifier, so.
Whatever you roll, just add 10 to it. Potion of healing, you drank it another one?
Yep.
He's like, here I go killing again. Glug, glug, glug. Okay,
you know, beer's cheaper than those.
All right, 27 from Max.
Yeah,
if you're all moving, you
stealth.
can all roll it.
Yep. It's gonna be a shit show. Oh.
That's at disadvantage too, so hold on.
Oh, right, -2. Shit.
Yeah. Damn.
So 17.
Yep. So close.
21. 27. Okay. Yeah. All right. So you're able to approach about to where you are now. Ignalia within 5 feet of the nearest one. The rest of you coming up close behind. They are not stirring. At this point, you've kind of moved slowly to get up there. You see the sky lightening up even further, signaling the dawn moving ever closer.
I feel kind of bad not giving them any warning, but they're kind of dicks. All right, so I'm 5 feet away.
Yeah, it's 10 feet or so away from you, but yeah, 5 feet across the distance from you.
All right, 1 second as I look up that cone chart again.
Basically, whatever direction you're moving it, measure out 1, then 3 squares, then 5 squares.
Yeah, it's more just for like the weird angle.
So if you're going in that direction, it would be 1, 2, 4, and so on.
I have no idea what y'all are saying right now.
The angle of the attack.
Yeah. Okay, so if I... Alright.
How far out does it go?
It's 15 foot, so I'm going to move to here.
All right, as you get closer,
Yeah.
give me another stealth check.
Alright. Oh, come on.
Yep,
Plus-
none of them
oh.
stir.
Wow, he's +10 to both of us, too. Alright. I'm going to reach deep within myself to feel that fire burn, and I am going to start spell Dragon's Breath. So a small gout of flame starts emerging from my throat. This is a continual action until my concentration fails. Yep, I'm just going to go ahead and use that on all of those dudes.
All right, that will expand out much like it says there, except it's going to go 1 square out further, so it'll hit all 5 of those there, plus the one in the back. It won't hit the 2 to either side, though.
Yep.
All right. 9 damage.
And hold on. All right, I'm using Empowered Spell, spending a sorcery point to re-roll the 1 and the 2 there.
Okay.
So
Nice.
make that 16 total.
Okay.
Jesus.
All right. They will try to save with disadvantage because they sleep.
Oh yes.
3, 4, 5, 6. 9, 7, 7, 11, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. 4. So they all fail.
Excellent.
As this torrent of flame erupts out of your mouth, mimicking much what Max and Steve are prone to do. This torrent of flame just erupts out, engulfing all of these sleeping creatures, dealing massive damage to them. As you do so, all of them obviously wake up with the sound of the breath and then the shrieking kind of screams coming from the ones that you just engulfed. All of the ones that you hit are rolling around trying to put out the fires that are on them, as well as their cloth blankets. All of them are still alive, though. And as you do so, you see the one down to the south, kind of move back, falling into the water, looking terrified. The other one doesn't move. So it's 60
I'm going to.
At this point, we'll roll for initiative.
Oh, come on, roll high. Let's do
And
this.
if I get high,
Yeah.
that's bad.
Yeah.
I know what Willie wants to do.
I'm gonna finish them off. I wish I could breathe more fire. You're like, oh yeah.
Right.
Ooh. How about that?
I'm glad my initiative is low because I wanted to take no part in this massacre.
Don't lie.
No?
No, it's fun. And Max's eyes battle lines are drawn.
Also, I love how Ignalia, a human redhead, has just blended in seamlessly with this group of fire touting dragons.
Right? Yeah, you've proved yourself for sure.
One of us.
Spit better fire than Steve does, so.
She'll give you tips later.
I'm curious to see what, after this, what Ignalia thinks about that. You know what I mean?
We are the fire hydra. Hear us.
Right.
Alrighty, so as Ignalia lets out this burst of flame, catching most of these creatures on fire, all of them spring up awake, except for the one to the southeast, who obviously looks to be paralyzed with fear. And Steve, you're the first to react.
Alright, I'm gonna move up next to Ignalia and try and stab that one.
Alright. Oh, yeah!
Oh, no.
Go ahead and roll the damage.
It's a massacre.
Yeah,
It's a massacre. I think it just exploded.
Snicked.
Hey, how come you're only gonna fight dudes who were sleeping or recently set on fire?
So as Steve Rogar just runs forward as this creature is beginning to stand up, reaching down for what appears to be a big wooden piece that it's going to use as a club. As it turns around, Steve just bears down, stabbing right through where he thinks the heart is. And as he does so, everyone, or actually Ignalia, you hear a loud popping sound as the heart itself explodes out back from behind the creature on the end of this rapier. As he pulls it back out, the heart falling to the ground, the creature kind of gasps and gurgles and then just falls backwards, not even able to stand up completely.
Turned his vital organs into an instrument.
It's that was gross.
It's pretty gory.
You know what? I'm not even going to disengage after that.
Just stand there.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, Max.
Well, hopefully we're taking a rest after this one. I am going to cast Shatter
Jesus.
right
A lot of signals.
here. So I'll hit all these guys. That dude made the best decision in his life, jumping into the water.
All right.
He's like, oh, he just stumbled back. He just watched fire, like sonic booms going off where he was just sleeping. Oh, I'm out.
This is 16.
Yeah.
One guy saved. One whole dude.
Mm.
We'll say this one that didn't get hit by the flames is the only one aware enough to cover its ears in time to stave off most of the damage. However, everything else reaches up and lets out a gurgling scream as the eardrums explode.
Like sonic booms, like smash him right into the ground. Like a shockwave. Like, just like flattens and pancakes them all.
And the flame goes up, and then the shockwave just puts it back out.
Yeah, right out. Like just snuffs it.
All right. Anything else?
No, listen to that. No, I'm good. The music's perfect for it too. Like,
So, as this is all happening, this creature that fleed off into the water looks around at just all of this carnage and slayed comrades and looks back towards y'all. It takes a step down, kind of climbing up onto the tree trunk, wrenching its arms up above it to bring itself out of the water. And it looks over at you all and in a hurried voice, it says, "Please, spare me, please." And it doesn't do anything else on its action. Ignalia.
I'm going to turn to the other one, hold up my sword towards him. And your choice, make it fast.
Give me an intimidation check. With advantage.
Man. 21.
Yeah. So this creature sees you pointing the sword after, wiping, or no, it didn't get to flames. It's wiping the remains of its comrade off of it. It staggers back, falls to the ground on its butt, and drops the club that was in its hand, and it raises its hands. "Please, don't kill.
And with that, I will take the fire in my throat and just torch it over the previously deceased ones once more, and then let it fade, just to make the point.
Jesus. Okay. So Ignalia, threatening this one to where it loses the complete will to fight, torches over it. Both of the creatures the one to the southeast kind of away from it. The one to the north dives out of the way of the gout of flame that flies out of your mouth, screaming in pure fear, from just terrified of what's happening.
No.
Stone Skull?
Everybody's kind of standing down, so I'll just kind of walk up and wait. Gonna hold an action in case they turn aggressive and come towards either of us.
No, you don't even need an insight check. These guys are done. They want nothing to do with you at all. They are terrified.
Cool. Then yeah, I'm done.
I'm the ender of all things.
Does anybody want to attack these guys, or are you just gonna?
No,
God,
no. Let those four guys go.
You've already
let them go. We
pushed it a
couple
little bit, but it's like if you attack these two guys, we're gonna start messing with some alignment changes. All right, so you decide to let these two live. The one thing you notice, Ignalia, actually, what languages do you speak, Ignalia?
I speak Common, Draconic. I doubt they speak the other ones.
Okay. The creature to the southeast spoke kind of a broken common to everybody in its plea for its life. The one to the northwest spoke in common very quickly and obviously terrified, but it didn't seem to speak in common. It's one thing to note.
So the one to the east speaks better common. The one to the north is like really bad.
It doesn't speak common at all. It speaks really hurried, frenzied. It's scared for its life, draconic.
Oh, okay. So then I will respond to it in kind. So, but wave the group over, secure their weapons. Don't threaten them too much, but keep an eye.
Yeah, as you walk towards these creatures, they both flinch away from you, raising its hands up above it to protect its head, terrified that you're going to kill them.
So, you just looked at. What are you doing out here?
Who are you addressing?
Both of them. Like, imagine getting them shoulder to shoulder, so standing in front of them.
Do you speak Draconic?
Yeah. Do I?
Okay.
I can.
Do I speak? Not sure.
I don't actually know if that's a natural language for them.
Shut your mouth. Ginger. You're just an imitator. I'm the real thing.
So are y'all binding them, putting them together? What are y'all
No.
doing?
Yes.
I'm putting my hand on both of their shoulders till they go to their knees. And I'm gonna stand over them and talk.
Okay, so you usher them together over into this, we'll say down here into this clearing, away from the desecrated bodies of their comrades.
No. Right on next to them.
All right.
Let them remind you.
Okay.
Cruel and unusual punishment.
Little bit. Okay. So you move up next to them. These creatures just, utterly terrified of you, groveling at your feet. And what'd you say to him?
What are you doing out here?
You saying that Draconic, Common?
Yeah, and Draconic. I was speaking from Draconic here now.
Okay. As you speak in Draconic, it's kind of raspy, guttural language, reaching out to them. They both kind of, once again, shrink as you begin to speak to them, flinching at it. The one to the right that had fled off down to the southeast kind of raises its head, looking not even at your eyes, looks down at kind of your feet and your knees. It says, responding in Draconic once again, it's like, we were ordered to move the items for the dragon men.
What's that? You're moving it across the mire on your boats?
With that, the creature, obviously eager to please, shakes its head furiously, nodding essentially, in a yes fashion. Says, yes, we take it across the mire to the big castle.
It says that get your oars and release 2 of the boats. We leave immediately. You'll lead the way.
Ignalia, Steve, and Max, give me perception checks with advantage. You all see as this creature's nodding its head, you see a finger of it, one of its fingers come out and begin, kind of in the mushy ground that's kind of solid here. It begins to write, and you see a message in common quickly scribbled, and it says, "Can't trust," and then an arrow pointing to the other lizard folk next to it. And it nods again and says, Of course, we'll do anything you ask."
Take note of it. I will message into their heads telepathically. I mean, you see it anyway, but we will all confirm. And I want to ask them in Draconic, how often do they come? When do they come next?
With that, the other one, the one to the left, respond, "Who? When who comes?"
When do the cultists with their treasure come for you to convey?
With that, it shakes its head furiously. "Cultists don't travel across Mir. They leave stuff for us in big storehouse, and we take to castle."
When are you expecting your party at the warehouse to come back?
With that, it visibly thinks, midday usually.
So I'll look over to towards the others. We only have, say, a handful of hours, 6 at most.
We need to get a car. We have the element of surprise. Yeah, this is going to be the only time when we're going to be moving ahead of the knowledge that we're in their backyard.
It's true. We know that the group of them will be coming after us, so we can't just remain here and wait for more of their kind to show up. It'll come with reinforcements.
We can doubly slow them down by taking the votes. They won't. They're not going to be planning to not have them.
And as you're all talking, the one to the right, the one that inscribed the message, grovels towards your feet, Ignalia, and begins grabbing at your feet and says, please, speaking in Draconic, says, please spare us. And then you hear it switch languages into Common, and it says quickly, want to help. And then it goes back to Draconic again. It says, please don't hurt us. We'll do anything you ask. And it kind of looks up at you for recognition.
In Draconic, I'm going to tell it, out loud to both of them, I want you to calm down and remain quiet. I'm going to put my finger right on his forehead and then using message, ask him, speak plainly.
Before, real quick, I'm going to look over to Stone Skull and point to the pommel of his sword and then point to the back of the head of the one that's sitting right in front of me.
And do I see him do that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay. And with that, nod slightly and kind of reach back to the hilt and start to take my other hand and unfasten the sheath of the sword so I can pull it off. And without making a sound, try to hold on to it and hit the guy in front of me in the back of the head with it.
Yeah, and with this creature groveling down at Max's feet, facing him, you have an easy, comically easy shot to hit it right into the nape of the neck, where you know that a concussion will happen and you will knock it unconscious. And as you do so, a loud thud hits it, and the creature slumps down, completely prone on its stomach.
Stay calm.
Passed out.
Stay calm. Don't freak out. I'm telling the other one.
As you say that, the creature kind of looks over it and says, don't kill, screaming in Common, don't kill.
Hey, you said we couldn't trust him, right?
Yeah, Draconic again, relax.
As this is all going down, Havoc, I actually want to be using mold earth on the bodies to get ready for us to leave and bury them.
Okay. Yeah, you'll have a really easy time of it with this kind of muck that's underneath there. It's easy to part away. As you all explained to this creature, it's breathing rapidly, just utterly terrified of you still. But as you look around, all four of you to the left, not Tara, give me insight checks. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
We are good at this.
This Nat 20 and roleplay fucking situations are on point.
I know who your mother is.
1 second.
You ain't fooling me.
Huh, interesting. Okay. So as especially, all four of you, Steve, less picking up on it, you see this creature as it begins to finally physically calm down. Its breathing slows and it looks around at you, finally mustering up the courage to look over and look at all your faces. You all see, while this creature is very serpentine in its nature, very long, elongated snout, full of teeth in its gaping maw, but it has an intelligence in its eyes, and you see a look of admiration going between you all as it looks around. And as it does so, it says, want to help you. Want, speaking in Common still, want seems very broken and almost hard to understand. Want dragon men gone. They enslave us. They torture us. They don't treat us fairly. Want them gone.
Kind of look over to you two.
Do most of your people feel this way?
Tara clears her throat as she's working.
Gonna just quickly and quietly, ignoring the conversation, gonna just put the shackles on, or the manacles on the one that's knocked out on the ground.
Okay. As you ask that, Max, it looks over, obviously, taking your hint at the one next to him. He looks over at the other one that's knocked out and says, other lizard folk not brave enough to, how do you say, and he switches back to Draconic momentarily and says the word for revolt. Scared of dragon men, scared of, switches to Draconic again, bullywugs, scared of them.
You speak in Draconic. We can understand you and translate our words.
With that, you see it's bow its head to you, Ignalia, and it says, thank you. Common is an odd language.
As are we all. Well, and so I'm looking over to Max and like, cowards kind of fits in line with what we saw in the warehouse.
Yeah. What's yeah, acknowledge Eddie. What is this castle you're talking about?
With that, the creature looks up, says, Snapjaw helps take the horde for the dragon men to Castle Neatar, where they store it all.
Did you say Neatar?
With that, the creature, almost happily at this point, shakes its head, affirmative. Yes, that is the name of the castle.
Have you seen a large black half-dragon come through here?
With that, you see his face twist in a bit of disgust, and even more so than that, fear. Says, yes, black dragon lady, very scary. She stops by. She may even be there now.
Yeah. Then I turn, to the rest of the group, and kind of nod. Should we be off then?
To the castle, or should we take this guy and report back?
No. We got the element of surprise right now. Gotta go.
I'm not ready to go storming a castle.
And as you're all saying that, and Tara pipes up, this creature who referred to himself as Snapjaw looks up and very eagerly, Snapjaw, speaking Draconic once again, so you have to translate for everybody else. Snapjaw can get you into the castle. Other lizard folk help protect. You can pretend to be cultists, and entry will be easy.
Can you get us close to Resmir?
With that, his face kind of twists, and he looks down, almost hanging his head in shame. Says, can't guarantee. She's well protected.
I'm grinning ear to ear. We have the opportunity. We have the upper hand. We have the element of surprise.
And as you all celebrate the revelry of the newfound knowledge and the fact that you know where you're finally heading, finally finding out what Neatar referenced, that is where we're going to end the session for the night.
Yeah.
Right.
And while that's going on, I will be asking you guys, what the hell's Neatar and why do I care?
Now, you know it, Scott, from your missives, especially for from the order that Neatar has been mentioned, but nobody knew what the hell they were talking about. Everybody's been looking for a city or a town or a village or a stronghold or anything like that.
Castle, the Mirror's Edmund.
All right. So with that,
Kind of hard to get to.
We are going to go ahead.
All right. Well, I guess I'll review that between sessions, so I actually
start the raid here. Thank you guys, as always, for showing up tonight. Very much appreciate you all. Don't forget, give us a follow on Twitter if you want to keep up to date with what's going on with us. And we will be back on Wednesday for Amongst the Giants. Other than that, that's going to be it. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys soon.
A bark tree than use that. Okay. Yeah, I'd rather eat a whole tree of bark than
tree.
use that gun.
Yeah, in the middle of that gunfight. I'm sorry, my bad. I'll try. I'm trying to read the. I'm reading chat while fighting, and jumping. My jumping is terrible now.
I guess I could have just chugged that, huh?
You still have that chug jug?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you just